I call the member for Vaucluse.
Thank you, Mr Temporary Speaker. On Sunday the 6th of November, I attended the New South Wales Association of Jewish Ex-Servicemen and Women, NAJEX, communal wreath laying and Remembrance Day service at the Sydney Jewish Museum in Darlinghurst. I was joined by His Excellency, General and Patron, the Honourable David Hurley AC, DSC, Mrs Hurley, President of NAJAX, Charles Aronson, Vice President Monica Kleinman and Norman Simon, RFDED, Honorary Secretary and Treasurer Roger Selby, Board members Harvey Baden, Leslie Barrold and John Green, Chaplain Rabbi Jeffrey Cammons OAM, Chaplain Rabbi Dr David Slovan and the Temporary Speaker, Coogee MP Bruce Notley-Smith. NAJAX conducts this annual wreath-laying and commemorative service of the New South Wales Jewish community to mark Anzac Day on 25 April and Remembrance Day, of course, on the 11th of November. Remembrance plays a vital role in the Jewish tradition, and the debt paid by those who gave their lives for their country and those who were wounded in body, mind or soul can never be paid, but we must recall their sacrifices, and in doing so, we and our children benefit from the inspiration and the example they provide. NAJAX is one of the oldest Jewish organisations in Australia. It was founded in 1920. Its purpose is to commemorate the memory and deeds of those Jews who served in Australia's armed forces from the time of the Sudan campaign right up to Afghanistan. By educating people about the devotion and courage of these Jewish servicemen and women, the organisation aims to inspire others to follow their example of service to our wonderful country. NAJAX also represents Jewish active and former servicemen and women, commemorates Jewish service personnel in military events and recognises the contribution made by Jews to Australia's military campaigns and military history. On Sunday, there were over 300 people in attendance at the Communal Remembrance Day service. The guest speaker for the ceremony was New South Wales Health Minister Gillian Skinner, who provided a touching message about the human cost of war. Minister Skinner, of course, is the daughter of a soldier who served in Borneo and New Zealand and the wife of a naval officer of 30 years, Chris, who served on HMAS Hobart in Vietnam. Minister Skinner, of course, shared her own experiences as a young journalist during the Vietnam War, which had the audience at this commemoration spellbound. Rabbi Yossi Friedman, Australian Defence Force Jewish chaplain, spoke of the inspirational efforts of those enlisting and their willingness to potentially give up their lives in a conflict for the values of democracy. Governor David Hurley then presented the NAJAX Centennial of Anzac Award to senior firefighter Eddie Weisbach, who is a member of my electorate. This award was in recognition of Eddie's participation in a collective act of bravery as a member of the Fire and Rescue New South Wales team. In 2013, Eddie was part of a team that successfully dealt with a massive crisis at the Caltex oil terminal in Banks Meadow in New South Wales. A major leak of 130,000 litres left the area exposed and vulnerable to fire and explosions. And after securing the enormous leak, the team sprayed the 50-metre pool of spilled petrol with foam, helping to finally diminish the risk of explosion. Eddie accepted the award with humility. He was there with his two young sons. He spoke of the true heroes, he thought, especially those generations who came before him and the parents who hid their children under floors and attics with the knowledge that they would never see them again as the Nazis broke down their walls not so long ago in our history. Previously, the Governor-General and the State Governor awarded Eddie and his team with bravery awards. Eddie also received an individual commendation for courageous action from Fire and Rescue New South Wales Commissioner Greg Mullins, AFSM, on the 4th of May in 2014, which marks St Florian's Day, or International Firefighters Day. Firefighters, as all of us in this House know, dedicate their lives to the protection of life and property. International Firefighters Day is a time where the world's community can recognise and honour the sacrifices that firefighters make to ensure our communities and our environment are as safe as possible. Mr Acting or Temporary Speaker, I thank the NAJAX community for inviting me to be part of their annual wreath-laying commemorative service, along with school leaders from local schools, Emmanuel School, Maria College, Rose Bay Judean Scouts, who formed the Catapult Party. It is important that the next generation understand the sacrifices of the ex-servicemen and women who served us so well, lest we forget.